Hello again, and welcome back to OJS for Editors. In this lesson, we'll look at how the author responds to a request for revisions to her manuscript. Having received the good news that her paper has been accepted, but with some revisions needed, the author, Fatima, is eager to see her paper on its way to being published. To see what revisions are required, she'll need to log into the journal and select her role as an author. Joe, can you show us how she'll do that?
In OJS, Fatima can see that her submission is in the review stage with revisions required. To access the review data, she needs to go to the review page for the submission via the link along the top of the page. Here she can see the section editor Kafui's decision at the bottom section of the page. If she wants to review the email Kafui sent her with the decision and review data, she can click the talk bubble next to editor/author email record. If the section editor had shared any files, such as marked up copies of the manuscript, Fatima would download the file under Peer Review Round 1 and view it in her word processor. However, in this simplified case, there are no files to review. If Fatima needs to discuss the revisions, she would need to contact Kafui by email. For the purposes of our lesson, let's assume she accepts the suggestions and makes the required revisions in her word processor. After she has saved the revised file on her computer, she'll want to upload it for the section editor to inspect. She uploads this file as the author version. Once this is done, she should notify the section editor by clicking the mail icon. She can then type or paste her message to Kafui and click Send. And that's the end of the author's work at this stage of the editorial process.
Okay, now let's see how Kafui, the section editor, receives the submission.
After Kafui has received the notification email from Fatima, she can go once again to the review page for Fatima's submission. Scrolling down to the editor decision section, she sees that there is now an additional author version of the manuscript. She can click the file name to save the file on her computer and open it in her word processor. Then she can check that Fatima has made the requested revisions. If she's satisfied with the revisions, she can change her decision to accept submission. To proceed to the next steps, the section editor must record the decision. Then she can notify the author, as in the last module, by clicking the letter icon and including the editor decision in the email. She may also want to blind carbon copy the reviewers like she did before in order to keep them informed, making sure to remove the author's name in the case of double-blind peer review. Once the notifications have been sent, it's time to move the submission to copy editing. Kafui clicks the radio button next to Author Version and then clicks Send to Copy Editing. We can now see from the bolded link and heading at the top of the page that the submission is in the editing stage.
Thanks, Joe. And that concludes the section editor's and the author's work on the review stage of the editorial process, where they've used OJS to streamline communication and work different versions of the submission. I hope you found this video useful. We'll see you in the next lesson.
Ilelelo benela iye Ilelelo benela